for some NFL predictions. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports, all back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL here to talk about and give you guys my picks and predictions for Week 5 of the NFL season. So if you guys are new to the channel, please do make sure to subscribe to the channel. A ton of NFL content on the channel for you guys. So as always, we start with the transparency. How did I do last week? So last week I went straight up 9-7, and against the spread, your boy went 7-9. And you know what? It's been a tough season for me against the spread, especially, and even straight up, folks. I just feel like the games have kind of been fluky here. It's been, you know, a lot of last-second close games, a lot of close games that have kind of, you know, been detrimental to the record and me getting these games right. But still, we push forward. Still early in the season. We can still turn this thing around, and I will turn it around. So hang in there with me. Overall record now on the season comes out to 34-28. This is, straight up picking games against the money line, and then 28-35 versus the spread. So there you have it, folks. So let's keep it going with my Week 5 game. All right, so here we go. Got every single game for Week 5 listed here for you guys. We'll start with the Thursday night game between the Colts and the Broncos, and I got to tell you, folks, not excited for this one. Two offenses that are not very good. Jonathan Taylor out for the Colts. I think this one's going to be a snooze fest. You'll probably want to go ahead and take the under in this one. I did. And so with that being said, in this one, I'm going with the Broncos to win this game. Look, the Colts don't have their best player. Easy enough, right? But more so, the Broncos are at home. I think they're finally starting to get the groove going. I know Javonte Williams is out. They lost him for the year, but I feel like they're going to go ahead and put the ball in Russ's hands, and he's going to lead them to victory here. And we're talking about a Colts team that, again, defensively, not great against the pass, and I think Russ is going to be able to exploit them. So I'll take the Broncos at home. I just don't trust this Colts offense. Matt Ryan is washed up at this point, and I don't think their defense is going to be good enough to stop the Broncos and Russell Wilson. And conversely, I feel like Matt Ryan going up against this Broncos defense, I mean, the Broncos defense, especially their secondary, has been very good. So it's just a bad matchup. Give me the Broncos to win here and cover the 3.5. I got it at 3, but the line moved. I'll still like it there. All right, Giants at Packers in London. Give me the Packers here to win this game. It's a 7.5-point spread. So really the question is, do I take that or not? And I got to tell you, folks, Daniel Jones banged up, Tyrod Taylor with a concussion. Like, we're talking about a team that might not have a healthy quarterback in the Giants. I don't care how many yards Saquon Barkley runs for. I don't see them winning this game. Give me the Packers here, and give me the Packers to cover the 7.5-point spread. I would have really probably taken the Giants to cover the spread because they're playing decent football under Brian Daboll. But the fact that they just don't have a fully healthy quarterback is making me not want to do that. So I'm not going to. All right, so with that being said, let's move on. Pittsburgh Steelers at Buffalo Bills. I do want to point something out. I'm going to be swallowing a lot of points this week, so you guys just get ready for that. We'll start here with a 14-point spread, which is massive, right? But I'm willing to take it because it's the Buffalo Bills, and I'm willing to bet on the Bills, and here's why. Kenny Pickett is starting for the Steelers. Could he be an upgrade over Mitchell Trubisky? Sure, but we're talking about a guy literally in his first ever career start, right? He came in the game for Mitch last week, so he didn't really start the game. And first start against a vaunted Buffalo Bills defense at Buffalo, and I just don't see a recipe where, you know, this goes well for them. 3 interceptions in this first game for Kenny Pickett. I just feel like this is going to be a complete blowout. Could they do a backdoor cover? Sure. But I'm not willing to, you know, bet on that. So give me the Bills here, 2 touchdown favorites. I will swallow that. It's a lot of points, but I just believe in the Buffalo Bills. They should have their way with Kenny Pickett and the Steelers team. All right, let's move on to the Detroit Lions at the New England Patriots. And folks, Patriots are favored in this one by 3. I don't know why, because the Lions really have impressed me. They've got the #1 scoring offense in the NFL. And you know what? I did pick them last week, and they let me down against the Seahawks because they couldn't stop anything. And I'm going to ride with them again. I get it that they're on the road here against the Patriots, but I just really like this Detroit team, and I don't like this New England team that can't score the football. So I feel like I feel like I'm going to go ahead and take the team that I trust a little bit more here. Yes, I know it's still Bill Belichick and company, but this is more of a gut pick for me. Give me the Lions here to win this game, and you got to have some underdogs to win this week. It can't be all the favorites. So let's move on here. Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. Now, the Dolphins are not going to have Tua Tagovailoa. He is ruled out with a concussion, and so you'll be having Teddy Bridgewater under center. Teddy Bridgewater is one of the better backups in football, so I don't think this is that much of a drop-off as people might think. Give me the Dolphins here. I like them in this one because they still have more talent on the offense side of the football than the Jets do. Zach Wilson looked decent in this first game, but I still don't think the Jets are better than the Dolphins. But at Jets being at home, I will take them to cover that 3-point spread. It could be a very close game here, but I just like the Dolphins, and I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be solid for them. All right, Falcons at the Bucs. I love the Bucs here, and remember I told you I'm swallowing a lot of points. 9 points in this one. I will take it. Tom Brady's pissed off. He's not losing 3 games in a row. Atlanta just lost Cordell Patterson, who's been arguably their best player this year, and I'm sorry, but Marcus Mariota isn't beating this Tampa Bay team through the air because they can't run on Tampa. Nobody can. And so you really just have a recipe for disaster here for the Falcons. I know they looked good last week against the Browns. I was surprised they won that game, but I'm sorry, Tom Brady's pissed off. He's angry, and he is going to take it out on the Falcons. I believe he's never lost to this team. This might be my lock of the week here. Give me the Bucs to take out the Falcons and cover that 9-point spread. Seahawks at New Orleans Saints. Don't really have a good feel for this one. Saints favored by 5.5, but I'll take the underdog here. Give me the Seahawks here to win this game, and here's why. Jameis Winston still hobbled here for the Saints, and so you've got Andy Dalton as backup. Andy Dalton's okay, right? He's nothing special, but Seahawks have been impressive. Geno Smith's playing some of the best football, arguably the best football of his career. So to me, I would rather bet on that versus betting on Andy Dalton versus betting on a Saints team that's been very hit or miss. And so to me, I'll take the Seahawks, who have looked fairly impressive. And at worst, if you don't want to take the Seahawks to win, definitely take them to cover the 5.5-point spread. This should not be 5.5. I get it, the Saints are at home, but my goodness, like they have not been looking that great to me. So give me the Seahawks in this one as an upset. Texans at Jags. Give me the Jags in this one. And yes, I will take the touchdown favorite here. The Texans are abysmal, folks. Against the run especially, like they are just bad. Lovie Smith's teams play hard, but they're just bad. The Jaguars, on the other hand, are the surprise team of the NFL. They made it a very competitive game with the Eagles last week, and the Eagles are the best team in football on paper, right? And not on paper, I should say, by record. And are undefeated, and so you take that into account here, taking on the Texans at home for the Jaguars. Yeah, I'll take Trevor Lawrence, Doug Peterson, and Christian Kirk and company to go ahead and win this game by a touchdown. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that's a big line at all. So, yeah, give me the Jags here to win this one. I know it's a divisional game, but still, I like the Jags. I'm trusting them. I'm buying them this year. Tennessee Titans at Washington Commanders. Don't really have a good feel for this one. So usually when that happens in this scenario, I usually take the favorite, which are the Titans, but then I'll take the Commanders to cover. So Titans really have been up and down this season. Commanders have looked awful. So that's why I like the Titans in this one. But again, I don't really trust Ryan Tannehill and the Titans, so I'm going to take the Commanders to cover that spread. Even though it's 2.5, I wish it was 3, but it is what it is. All right, let's move on here to the Bears at the Vikings. I'm a Bears fan, people, but I got to be objective here. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings. They're just a better overall football team. I mean, what exactly do the Bears do that are better than the Vikings? Vikings have a better quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, offensive line, maybe defense goes to the Bears, but even that, the run defense has been horrible. So, yeah, Vikings at home, touchdown favorite. Actually, it went up to 7.5. I'll take that for the Vikings. I think they covered. I don't think the Bears are going to be able to keep up with them in this game with Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins, and company. All right, Chargers at Browns here. This is a 2.5-point favorite for the Chargers. Now, the Browns lost last week to the Falcons. I don't know how that happened. Marcus Mariota had a bad game, and they still lost to the Falcons. And so in this one, I'm very big on the Chargers this year. I know they have been underwhelming, but they've also had injuries. I'll take the Chargers on the road here. 2.5-point spread. That's fine with me. I'll take them to cover. If it was 3.5, maybe I'd take the Browns to cover that. But look, I just believe the Chargers are the better football team. The Browns have looked decent this year. They run the football well, but if you stop Nick Chubb, and it's harder to do, easier said than done, you can kind of stop and neutralize this team. But I just believe in the talent of the Chargers here. Don't feel great about it because the Browns are at home, but I will go ahead and go with my conviction. All right, 49ers at the Panthers. And yeah, this one's easy for me. Give me the 49ers and the 6.5 point spread. Folks, I am not betting on Baker Mayfield and this garbage Carolina Panthers team. No can do, sorry. The 49ers defense looked so good last week against the Rams. Imagine what they're going to do to Baker freaking Mayfield. Like, this might be a 6 to 8 sack game. Baker might get 10 balls batted at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be bad for Baker. All right, Cowboys at Rams. Give me the Rams in this one, and I'll take them to cover the 5 point spread. Now, look, I did look like a fool taking the Rams to beat the 49ers last week, and it looked really bad. But hear me out here, okay? The Rams are going to be pissed off. They're going to be motivated. They're going back home. And all this talk about Cooper Rush this, Cooper Rush that, he's looked good. He's looked good. But we all know Cooper Rush is still a backup at the end of the day. There's no chance he's replacing Dak Prescott here. And so I think this Rams team is going to be motivated, and they're going to go out and make life difficult for Cooper Rush. So I think he's going to have a bad game in this one. And I just feel like the Rams, if they are able to get to Cooper Rush and they're very good against the run, how are the Cowboys going to generate points? They can't. So give me the Rams in this one at home, a motivated, pissed off team coming off that loss against the division rival, San Francisco 49ers. I'll take the 5 point spread. All right, Eagles at Cardinals. Yeah, give me the Eagles. Give me the 5.5 point spread. Look, folks, the Eagles are the best team in football in terms of the record. The Cardinals aren't very impressive. I'm sorry. Like, they beat the sorry Panthers last week. That's nothing to, commemorate or, celebrate. So to me, yeah, this one's pretty easy. I think the Eagles will go 5-0 here and continue their undefeated streak. Sunday Night Football, we got the Bengals at the Ravens, and the Ravens, believe it or not, I saw the stat that they have trailed for literally 14 seconds this season, and they're 2-2. Point being is the Ravens are an elite team. They just have had some bad luck here. Give me the Ravens to win this game. Now, the Bengals are no joke either. So I'll take them to cover the 3 point spread because this could be a very close game. But give me the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson playing at an MVP level. Yeah, he is special. All right, finally, we got a good one. Monday Night Football. We got the Raiders at the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs in this one. Patrick Mahomes and company own the Raiders. They always play well against them, and it's a 7 point spread. I'll take that. They look dominant at this point. The Raiders defense still not very good. So, yeah, give me the Chiefs. All right, so there you go, people. Every single Week 5 game for you guys. Let me know your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching.